Hi everyone, welcome to the part 6 video. In this video, we are going to discuss two programs based on while loop. So before getting into video, I must thank everyone who watched our previous videos. Stay tuned with us. We are planning for the playlist of machine learning. Yes, right. Program number 15 in this series, sum of digits. Next, infinite inputs and finding the sum of those inputs. Now I'll get into the program straightly. What is sum of digits? Suppose our input is 123. How many digits are there? Yes, 3 digits are there. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6 is an answer. Suppose A is equal to some 67. What is the answer? Right. 6 plus 7, that is 13. So like that, in a number, in an integer, we may have several digits, maybe 1 digit, 7 digit, 5 digit, whatever it may be. We need to find the sum of those digits. This is our target. Okay. Right. Before thinking about the solution of this program, we have to understand the difference between for and while. For and while. What is for loop? Sequenced based iteration. What is while loop? Condition based iteration. That is the difference between for and while. I'll tell you the scenario where we'll use the for loops. If you know the number of iteration, then we'll go for loop. Okay. Suppose you planning for printing a statement some 10 number of times, we'll prefer for loops. Suppose in some cases, we may not predict the number of iterations. In that case, we need to go for while loops. Don't know. If you don't know the number of iteration, then we have to prefer while loops. That now we have understood two primary points about for and while. Okay, right. For this scenario, to find the sum of digits, we do not know what is the number of digits that user will give. He maybe go with some 5 digits or 4 digits. So we are not sure about the number of the digits. That you have to keep it in the mind. So I'm getting input from the user. Yes, we received input. How to process this element? How to process our input so that we'll get sum of the digits, right? Here, if you have the 123, okay, right. What we do? First, we'll separate 3 from 123, right? 3 plus. Then we have to separate 2 from 123, then 2. Again, we'll separate 1. Now, how to separate the 3 from 123? Very simple. So, 123 modulo division 10. What is the answer, Pa? Yes, that is 3. So, to separate the last digit from the number, easy. If you go for modulo division by 10, easily we can separate the last digit from the integer. Understood? Now, again, how to separate the middle number, that is second last number from 123. We cannot go for modulo division by 100 or some other thing. It's tough. So what we do, hereafter, we don't want to keep 123 as it is. We'll reduce our input. It is better if our input is going to be a 12 then. Okay. Now, after reducing our input to the 12, if I go for again modular division by 10, easily we'll get or easily we'll separate 2 from the input. Understood? Again, I'll reduce our input from the 12 to 1. Again, I do modular division by 10. Again, what is the answer? Yes, that is 1. Means we are separating the next digit also. You understand, right? Simple. Two things we are going to do. Separating the last digit by using the modular division, reducing the input to the next level. Okay. How to reduce the 123 to 12? 123 divided by 10. What is the answer? Don't say that it is 12.10. Since it is integer, we'll get the answer as 12 only. How to reduce the 12 to the 1? So, 12 divided by 10, we'll get answer as what? 1. Okay, right. Again, what we do? If I divide 1 by 10, we'll get answer as what? 0. So, we are repeating this both modular division and the division operation till we are getting the 0 of our input. So actually we are starting from 123. At one point we'll be reaching 0 in the place of A. Okay. This is how we are going to do. Now coming to the looping again. Now tell me, what type of loop is better here? For or while? Yes, while loop. The reason is here we do not know the number of iteration we are performing here. Both operation like modulo and division we are performing several number of times, right? Here in this scenario for 123, we are doing for 3 number of times. Suppose if it is 4-digit number, we have to perform for 4 number of times. So here number of iteration we don't know. That is the reason we have to prefer the while loop, because while loop is condition based iteration. Okay, what could be the conditions here? Till we are getting 0 in the A, we have to perform. Okay, right, fine. Now I'll transform our idea into the program. Since we are planning for sum, initially I declare the variable called sum with the value 0. So while loop, what should be the conditions? Till our input becomes 0. What is input? A. So A is not equal to 0 means we'll get into the loop. Inside the loop, what we supposed to do? The two operations. What are those? Modulo division and normal division, right? So sum is equal to sum plus. Sum was initially 0 actually. Sum plus. After separating the last digit, what we have to do? We have to go for adding into some variable, that is sum here. Okay, right. So A modulo division 10. Right, fine. Then again reducing the input, that is A is equal to A divided by 10. That's it. We have done with the two operations. Okay, right. It will keep on getting repeated till we are getting A is equal to 0. At one point we'll be reaching 0. That time the controllers comes out of the loops. That's it. We'll go for printing the result. The sum is sum. That's it. We'll run the program. Enter any number 123. Yes, the sum is 6. We'll go for some 2-digit number. 10. 1 plus 0, 1 is an answer. Okay. Right. If you have any doubt, you can put it in the comment section. We'll move to the next program now. That is getting infinite input from the user, finding the sum of those numbers. This is the next target. Getting infinite number. So let me tell you some scenario. If you want to count some numbers, so what do? Maybe you are having some numbers in the paper. You have to find the total of those numbers. What we usually do, by seeing that paper, we'll keep on entering the calculator and plus will keep going till the last number. We are not sure about the number of items or number of elements there. The same scenario we are going to do here. Okay. For example, we have to give the prompt message to the user like enter any number. So user will be giving some 34. Then after giving the enter key, again we have to repeat the same message. Enter any number, some 50. Again enter any number, some 70. Keep going like this. Okay. So we do not know when we are going to end up this. So we'll have some criteria here. Till user is giving 0, we have to repeat this process. Okay. This is a point. Understood? Right. Then finally we have to display the sum of the entered number, all those entered number. Again, what type of loop is better? Why? What is the reason? We do not know when the user is going to give the 0 there. That is the reason I'm planning for while loop here. Here we need some variable to make a count, that is sum. Initially that is 0, and I'll go for initially I'm fixing some A is equal to some dummy number, maybe a 10. I'll let you know about the purpose of why I'm assigning A equal to 10 here. While A is not equal to 0. Here A is equal to, see, we need to receive the input from the user many number of times. So how to receive the input? Scanf. So scanf is a statement to be inside the while loops. Only then it keep on getting repeated so that we can receive lot of numbers. Understood, right? Before the while loop we'll give, or else here itself we have to give printf enter any number. By seeing this prompt messages, user will enter some number in the keyboard. That number we need to receive. Now tell me, in which variable we need to receive here? In the variable of a. Okay, right. If variable holds a value of 0, the next time the loop is fails. Loop gets fail. Understood? Suppose if a value is 10 means, again it's repeated, enter any number. A value is 20, again it is repeated. Suppose if user giving 0, that means loop fails. Its control comes out of the loop. Clear? That's fine. So, first we'll go for scanf. Percentage D ampersand A. And I need to ask you a silly questions now. See, here we declared only one variable called A. Now tell me, how many value A can hold? But why I'm asking, the scanf we have mentioned inside the loop means every time it is going to saved in which variable? A. Right? Maybe a 10 values we supposed to bring it to the variable A. How many values A can hold? You may think that only one value. It is not like that. A can hold infinite value. How? Suppose think that you have a chair. Right? In the chair, how many students can sit? You may tell one. Of course, yes. But many person can sit in the chair one by one, not simultaneously. Understood? In the same way, A can hold the value, infinite number of values. A can hold infinite number of values one after the another. Suppose it is holding 10 means, after, suppose if it is holding the 10 means, next time I may plan for 20 to store in the value A. In that time, what happens? The previous value was erased. Understood? Right. Now here, after scanning the input, what we need to do? Sum is equal to sum plus A. That's it. Once control get out, I'll go for printing the sum is right. Enter any number. I'll go with 10. Again, it is asking us to enter any number. Again, we'll give some number. Again, some number. How many iteration is keep on going till we are entering 0 there. So I am giving 0 here. That's it. Now we'll get the final output. Okay. So in these two programs, I clearly explained while loop, purpose, in what situation you can use it. I hope it is easy to you all. Thank you. And please do subscribe and share this video to our friends, those who are doing first year, second year, or those who are interested to start their career from the scratch. Okay. Thank you all.